where are we at now? Where are we at now with this situation? Where are we at now with this situation as Draymond Green says this about what went down 2 seasons ago?
I was so embarrassed to be around our team last year when JP was still on the team that I came to everything. Like, I was probably late last season 20 times. And I just paid a fine because I was so embarrassed to like show my face in a time where it's like before everything started, that's when everybody like shooting the shit and like all the conversation. I was so embarrassed to show my face during those times that I would time everything up. Like if we're on the road, I time it up to like the minute I need to get there. And if the elevator took a little bit longer than it was supposed to, I'd be late. Or if I'm leaving my crib, which is like 7 to 8 minutes away from the facility, I time it up to the minute of where I need to arrive. And if the red light right there in front of the Giants Stadium, Oracle Park, if the red light caught me, I'd be 2-3 minutes late, like, ah. And so one of Steve's rules this year was like, Draymond, don't be late. And I'm never a late guy. I was never late in my career, but last year I couldn't show my face like before. Like it was terrible. And so I was happy to be back on time this year.
So when you hear this stuff, it's just wild, right? But when you hear this, it takes away from what he does on the basketball court. Because now when we talk about what he does on the basketball court, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it because you hear things like that. So 888-957-9570. We got a couple questions for you about the Draymond Green situation. Because I'm mentally, I'm a little exhausted from it because I'm like, man, it's another thing. What else now? What else? It feels like a lack of self-accountability in this situation.
And self-awareness. You don't have to disclose everything.
Yeah, some things need to stay in the locker room. This probably should have stayed in the locker room. But what will be the final straw for with Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors? What will be the final straw with Draymond Green? Or are we at the point of no return? Because you would think that the final straw would have probably been the Jordan Poole situation.
So you know
what I'm saying?
No, I do. I mean, like everything that he just admitted for the 2023 season, the punch and his actions and whatever you want to say it unprofessional. I don't know what you'd label it as. Showing up late and ashamed to be himself, rewarded with a 4-year deal, and then followed that up with how many games did he miss this year because of suspension?
Suspended for 17, 18, ejected for another 3.
Okay, a fifth of the season.
Games with the back and obviously
the injuries, whatever. Throw the injuries aside. Almost a fifth of the season suspended for your own actions. Like I've been exhausted, and people could label me some Draymond hater. I just like, come on, man. Like,
you're just speaking your mind. You're speaking your mind.
No, I know, but just follow the logic here. None of this is logical. Like, I'm sorry. We just keep enabling poor behavior, and we do mental gymnastics to try to make excuses for someone who continues to show you he doesn't care about societal norms, the rules. Nothing applies to him. He can laugh it off. He can create it as content. He can put people in bad positions, whether it's management, his coach, star players, his teammates. Not everything needs to be for public consumption and clicks. And like one thing that my dad, had a tough time with was a filter. He would always say to me like, "Oh, I'll tell that to that person's face." And I'd say, Dad, just because you want to tell that to that person's face doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Not always being fully candid is the right thing to do. Some things are better left unsaid or untold. And I think that I look at Jordan Poole, and we could talk about what he did till we're blue in the face, speculating, because we don't know. But I know that his actions since have actually been probably the route that I would suggest someone to take, which is don't say anything and take the high road. And I know it's the difficult path to take, but to me, it's the more mature path to take, and I think it's the more professional path to take, and it's the one that I would know that I'd be able to sleep at night peacefully, knowing that I just kind of kept it to myself. Whether I was right or wrong leading up to the actions, I know after the actions have happened, I think Jordan Poole has conducted himself in a far more what I would deem to be appropriate way.
Well, I look at the dad situation, right? For example, last offseason, and when Draymond was going at his dad, that to me was like, oh, come on, what are we doing here? The guy's son just got punched. He got embarrassed. He's going to be traded. He had a terrible playoff run. Was unplayable against the LA Lakers. What now? Now we're just piling on. And I think the tone that's getting a lot of people, including me, is when and I get what Draymond is I trust me, I understand what he's trying to do. But when you're laughing about that situation, that's a situation where you're talking about being late because of the situation you created, and you're kind of doing it with a smile on your face. That's going to rub people the wrong way.
What do you think he's trying to do?
I think he's trying to like laugh through it and soften the blow about what went down 2 seasons ago, but there's no softening the blow. Especially when you're talking to Kevon Looney. So Draymond's a smart guy. See, I think we all forget this. Draymond's a smart dude. Now, does he make bad decisions? Absolutely.
Yeah, but smart and reckless,
yeah, I agree. But he's a smart dude at the end of the day.
He might be, but
I think what he's trying to do is soften the blow by laughing through it or smiling through it. But it's just not a good look at all.
So you can be smart. Like there's various forms of smart. There's street smart. There's book smart. There's read the room smart. He might be smart on whatever level you want to quantify.
Hey, reading the room smart. Yeah,
I don't think he is. I think that he's completely tone deaf, and I think he lacks common sense, and I think that he clearly does not realize how things are going to land, and I don't think he thinks about what he says and the ramifications that are going to happen.
At the same time, as you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ, FM and AC1 San Francisco, and Odyssey Sports Station, always live on the free Odyssey app. Don't forget that you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter streams, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Upgrade your savings dividend. Open a First NorCal First Class Money Market today. I don't think he gives a damn.
But that's the problem.
We interpret it. I don't think he gives a damn about how we feel about it. Like it's a problem for us. Yeah, probably. Well, clearly, but he does not care.
Yeah, but clearly one of his teammates in Klay Thompson has been agitated by it. Yeah. And we know that other ones have as well. But he might not care. But that's why I think that, man, this thing's crashing and burning. I really do. And I've been out on the Draymond thing for a long, long time.
So what do you do?
I don't know.
What do you do here?
Well, I am honestly disappointed that the Warriors have stuck with him this long and enabled the behavior. I honestly am. I love this team. I'll always be a Warrior fan. I'm going to ride with the franchise through a lot of things. It's hard for me to look at them and be like, y'all really are enabling this, and not only enabling it, rewarding it.